Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and I know you guys been waiting on this, man. Third video today, and this time it has to do with the patch notes that just got released for Endgame Part 3. Honestly, I was expecting this sometime next week, but I'm happy it came today. And we got a few changes that we need to talk about, man. A few more things that I wanted to see personally, but we'll get into that later on in the video. So the message goes, greetings agents, this is CM Fragment of the Marvel Future Fight team. The final battle is coming to an end. The long-awaited improvements to the uniforms for Marvel's Avengers Endgame is finally here. Check out the spectacular skill and enhanced effects straight from the movie. Captain America with Mjolnir, added Thor with rescue synergy attacks, and the Nano Gauntlet. Oh my goodness, boys. As I was checking this out, man, I gotta say, man, it brought back all the feels from the movie, and that's exactly what this update was supposed to do. We even got an unexpected, seriously, an unexpected upgrade to Thanos' uniform. And this has me kind of scared to see just how much more powerful this guy is gonna be with this new forward skill of his. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I hope it doesn't like change the iframe priority on his forward skill, because that was one of the greatest things about that uniform, or this uniform and the last one, right? The Infinity War one and the Endgame uniform for Thanos, having the iframe priority where he doesn't even need a target. That was one of the coolest things for PvP. So it's gonna be interesting to see what this new uniform does, and also if the special effect that they added makes the animation longer, or if you can still get off the damage and cancel the skill. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. We also got an unexpected upgrade for Mysterio. Honestly, I'm happy that he got this one, but I was hoping that if they were going to change anything, they would make the summons not targetable, because that's the thing that's hurting him the most as a character with that uniform. Also, if they're going to touch anyone from Far From Home, don't y'all think it should have been Spider-Man? Because honestly, I feel like he got treated the worst, and it's his movie, man. So it's kind of sad. And I think they should see the uniform sales and see that people overall are just not happy with Spider-Man and the improvement that he got. So I thought, you know, if anything, I wasn't really expecting anything for Spider-Man, frankly. I know once they make their sales, they don't really care. But the fact that they went back and they improved Mysterio, it has me thinking that this is something that he should have gotten in the very first place. This is not something that they decided to add last minute, because if you check the last patch notes, they said something was changed on his forward skill, but it looks exactly the same as the base kit. So I'm feeling like this is something that was going to be added, well, that should have been added, I should say, right, when he got the uniform initially. And this is just something they're putting in as an extra in this, just to, I guess, kind of stick to what they said they were going to do at first. Anyways, let's jump into it and let's check out these skill changes for Iron Man, because God knows he's the one that needs it the most, right? And I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with what I see on paper and the skill animations, but how it like transfers over into the game, we're gonna have to wait a few hours to see, but I'm looking forward to it, man. So they changed his uniform bonus a little bit. They cut the shield in half but doubled the refresh rate, so that's actually really good. But overall, this shield is not going to do anything for World Boss Ultimate and survivability as a whole. For PvP, everybody's still just going to penetrate it, so I'm not really too like excited about that change. But what I am excited about though is the overdrive beam, you know what I'm saying, because this is the one with him and Thor. And speaking of Thor, I'm kind of like unhappy that Thor didn't get anything in this thing, but at least Tony got some stuff that looks like it's going to be pretty cool. So he creates a shield for 5% of his max HP, increases the damage dealt to supervillain types by 30% for 7 seconds. It's going to be interesting to see just how much this increases his overall DPS. Iron Man wasn't really lacking too much DPS at tier 3, but it's going to be nice to see if at tier 2, right, or at level 60 where I have him right now, he puts up good enough damage to motivate me to work on him even more, because I'm definitely going to give him a CTP and stop slacking on him if this uniform does him justice. So moving on, we have another skill. They decided to change jet mode, thank goodness, and they changed it for exactly the right skill that I wanted. The Stark, oh my goodness, the Stark Sync or Stark Synergy Attack or whatever, Stark Sync Special, whatever, right? It's the one with him and Pepper back to back like we on the cover Lethal Weapon. Oh my goodness, it's awesome. It's awesome, boys. And they made it so that the defense down only stacks up to 25% as opposed to before, where it was stacking up to 35, but this was only like for Shadowland, right? Hopefully the fact that they went back and they played around with the defense down, making the duration longer and cutting the amount that it stacks up to, hopefully they realize that what we want most is defense down that applies in World Boss Ultimate, because if they played around with it again and they still make it so that it doesn't apply in World Boss, then that was just a pointless change. Sure, it's gonna be cool to see this attack play out in game between him and Pepper, but if it still doesn't apply the defense down in World Boss Ultimate, then that was basically just a pointless change to the text, if you ask me, right? Anyways, moving on, we have this, oh my goodness, Tony's new 5th skill, and honest to God, I am so happy. I did not think they were going to do it, boys, but they did it. They actually give my boy the Nano Gauntlet, and I'm hoping it does a ton of damage, and I'm happy that he doesn't actually like fade out of existence once he uses it. But damn, it deals 30% bonus ash damage, which is a new type of damage. I'm guessing that's when you get disintegrated, right? And it stacks all the way up to like 300% additional damage for 7 seconds. That's actually cool. In addition to that, my boy gets time freeze. What? Oh my goodness. So basically every 7.5 seconds Tony can time freeze people. What? Yo, honestly, he's not gonna replace Doctor Strange for ABX, and he's not gonna, in my opinion, surpass him for DPS unless this skill hits unless this skill hits as hard as Sharon Rogers' tier 3 skill. That's the only way I can see like Tony surpassing Doctor Strange and where he is right now. But as long as this does good damage, I think Tony is definitely going to be a justifiable tier 3 at this point. I don't have enough books to tier 3 him because I just did Jean Grey and Doctor Strange back to back, so I'm going to be off for a little while, but I'm going to be playing with him at level 60, and I'm going to get him to level 70 and gear 25 for sure. All right, then we have the skill animations down here, the Overdrive Beam. This is the skill I was hoping Thor would get for himself, but I'm happy they gave it to Tony at the very least. So if we don't get nothing for Thor, at least we got something for Iron Man. It looks really cool. All the new changes that he got or what he should have gotten in the first place. That back-to-back like we on the cover of Alita. Oh my goodness. Woo! That skill looks so sick, bro. I hope it does good damage. And then we got the Nano Gauntlet right here. Snap, baby. I am Iron Man. It would have been really cool if they had like a text bubble that pops up that you can either turn off or turn on. And it just says, I am Iron Man. Also, I'm kind of sad that he doesn't take off his helmet, but I don't know if some of you guys care about that or not, right? Then we have change it for Captain America. And honestly, I'm happy and sad. So check it out. I'm happy that Cap got the the hammer, right? Mjolnir. Happy about that. But shock damage doesn't equate to much in World Boss Ultimate because the bosses are immune to that, right? So what I'm thinking here is this could also increase his DPS in PvP and Shadowland, but it could also nerf him at the exact same time for World Boss Ultimate, because Cap's damage, especially on his Forge skill, is insane right now. It's insane right now. But if they transfer all of that damage that he was doing, or at least let's say they transfer 30% of what he currently had and made that the shock damage portion of the skill. If they did that, then you're gonna definitely notice a decrease in his damage on the 4th skill. Hopefully the shock damage that was added is just damage added on top of what he already had. So for World Boss Ultimate, you might not notice an increase in his DPS for the 4th skill, but at least you wouldn't notice a decrease. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But I'm happy he got Mjolnir on his 1, his 4, and on his 5. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Captain America plays out. And everybody's saying right now it's great to run him with Rage. I have energy on him still. I might throw a Rage on him, but I only have like 2 of those things, so I keep having to move it around to different people. I'm gonna have to gamble again, man, because we need to pick up a couple more Rages. I'm tired of switching around the 2 that I have right now, and I wasn't expecting to pull the one I have on Jean off, but I'm gonna have to do that to do some testing with Thanos and with Captain America. So right here, they're saying something about the guard hit being changed to invincibility. I don't know what they're talking about, right? So we'll see how that turns out. And honestly, boys, the animation on the 1, I love it. I really love it. I wish he had the hammer all the time. I'm hoping that this is not how he actually looks. And it's nice that his helmet is back on. I know some of you guys are going to be happy about that, but it would have been nice if the shield was like broken in half, but it is what it is. Honestly, I'm looking forward to playing with Cap. I was hoping for a new tier 3 skill for him, right, which included Mjolnir, and they just got rid of the fact that you needed to charge at tier 3. But Captain America's tier 3 is one of the strongest in the game already. It doesn't need a change. It's just really awkward to time it with anything but a CTP of Rage. And then we got the Mad Titan getting, yet another change. I was not expecting this, boys, like I said, and it's a change to his forward skill. I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out, and the fact that they gave him defense down on this skill, it is definitely a sign that he's going to be getting he's gonna be getting more damage, baby. He's gonna be getting more damage. And the Warlord's Assault, yo, honestly, I love the special effects on this skill. I love it so much. All I'm hoping for is that the iframe priority is still there, and you can also cancel this right away and still get the full effect of the damage. It doesn't look that long and drawn out, so that's good at the very least. But when you're playing Thanos, you like to cancel your 4, your 5, and ideally you want to cancel your 1 and 3. You can do that to try and build up the tier 3 as fast as possible. At the very least, that's what I do when I use him with the Rage. So it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out for him. And then we got Mysterio down here. Like I spoke on earlier, I think this change that he got right here is simply what he should have gotten in the first place, right, when they advertised this uniform, because they said there was some change that was made to his forward skill, but it wasn't being represented in the game. Still sad, nothing for Spider-Man, nothing for Thor, but I'm looking forward to these changes. And yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see just how much these characters' damage improve for World Boss Ultimate and some GBR stuff, man. But let me know how you guys are personally feeling. You know, your boy is very, very happy that Tony 3000 finally getting what looks like the justice that he finally deserved. So Captain America is the only one that's getting a change to the character model. I'm kind of sad that Tony's not taking off the helmet so we can see him, but it is what it is, man. I guess that was too much for them to do, but not really, because they could have done it if they wanted to. Anyways, man, leave me your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.